So this is the hands-on portion of the lab. This is the actual skills check-off. And with the skills check-off, what you're going to be doing is working with your partner, and you're going to be talking them through the process of emptying, removing, and replacing the pouching system. Now, when you get into the actual explanation of going through this process, try and spend somewhere around close to 10 minutes, if at all possible, talking them through everything that they need to do. Don't just run through it in 5 minutes. That's just not acceptable. You didn't give enough information. But it really does take some effort to go for that long a period of time when you're just talking by yourself. Do have your partner interact with you, maybe ask you some questions. Partner, please be agreeable on this. Don't give us too much of a hard time. But without further ado, I'm going to do an example of what we're looking for your skills check-off. Okay, we ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Jones. How are you today?
I'm good.
Well, my name is Joy, and I'm here today to work with you with your new colostomy. And so the nurses told me that you had been helping them and really watching them when they've been emptying it before. But I just wanted to see if you're ready to do this with me talking you through the process.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to begin with emptying the pouch. All right, so here is a trash basin we've got right here in front of you. I'll let you go ahead and undo the bottom of the clamp. Very good. And Mr. Jones, even though you've just got a little bit of output there in your pouch, we want to empty it because a little bit of stool is going to go a long way on your floor. Okay, now you do want to fold that bottom piece of Velcro back and engage those 4 pieces of Velcro. Do you see the 4 pieces of Velcro down there on the back of it? Yep. That one you don't get to cuff on that one.
It's
there you
already
go.
cuffed.
It's already cuffed. It sure is. Okay, go ahead and empty it. Squished out all the output. Very good. Very good. All right, now over here on my table, I've got all kinds of accessories that we might need, like some toilet tissue. Here's you some toilet tissue that you can go ahead and clean the ends of your pouch. It's very important to thoroughly clean the tail of the pouch because the pouches are designed to be odor-free. You shouldn't smell anything unless you're emptying or removing the pouching system. All right, you've got it very clean, so if you want to, you can go ahead and roll the ends of it up. Do make sure you fold that flap over on the bottom. That little flap right there. Disengage the Velcro. That's right. That's going to assure that you've got good closure and nothing can leak out. And then just roll it towards you multiple times and engage the Velcro. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Any questions about doing that?
No, I think I can handle that.
Okay. Very good. All right. The next step is going to be to remove it from your body. But there's things that I want you to make sure that you do as you're doing this. Number 1, you're going to press down on your skin and slowly peel away the pouching system. Now, don't just do it in one swift motion. Don't be a gripper and ripper. Just carefully remove it, keeping your hands, what we call low and slow to the skin. Low to your body. Don't pull it out in one motion and do this slow. Very good. Push your skin away as you're doing it. Very good, very good, very good. Look at you. Very good, very good. All right. I'll actually just hold on to that, Mr. Jones. Let me give you some tissue, and I want you to hold that up against your stoma. And I'll take this dirty pouch right here. Now, I want us to take a look at it because there's some things that you want to make sure that you note with every pouch removal. Number 1, you're going to be looking for any erosion that might have happened right here around the opening where your stoma was dropping your stool into your pouch. Sometimes there's a problem called pancaking. I'll talk about that when we get completely through, where you can actually puddle up stool in between your skin barrier and your skin. And other things that you want to watch for is just if you've had any leakage right here. The leakage can cause erosion, which is going to shorten your wear time and possibly cause irritation to your skin. And it causes erosion because it absorbs the moisture from the stool or the urine that could be in the pouch if you had a urostomy. It absorbs the moisture and it just holds it right there next to your skin. So the back of yours looks great. I don't see any wear patterns. I don't see any residual stool from pancaking, and I don't see any erosion. So we are just going to fold this, put it in the trash bag, and carry it out to the curb. Okay, so your supplies that you're going to use for your next pouch change are all out here on the table. And what we're going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper towel and I'm going to hold it over your stomach while I have you go ahead and take this pouch. This is the one that we're going to put on. We've already got the opening appropriately cut. Now I'm going to hold this tissue over your stomach, Mr. Jones, and what I'd like for you to do is warm it up. Let me show you how. Just like this, between your hands. That's right. Now I'll be holding the tissue over your stomach. All right, it's very important to do that. What you're going to do is be heating up the back of this pouching system, and heating it up like this is a gentle way to activate the polymers that are in there and cause it to give a really good adhesive stick to your body. And I know this seems like kind of a weird thing to do, like it doesn't make that much difference, but trust me, it can be the maker or the breaker of this staying on your body. All right, looks good. I'm going to go ahead and pull this away, and since you've got a colostomy, you actually don't have a whole lot of output that we have to deal with in between. All right, Mr. Jones, go ahead and take that and start peeling away the back of it. Very good. Okay, I'll take your trash. Very good. Now we already had that pre-cut to the right size. Now what you can do, Mr. Jones, is since it's kind of hard to see your stoma, you can take the pouch and kind of flip it back like this. There we go. Now hook it right under the edge of the stoma. There we go. And with your thumbs, just follow it right on up your body. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is lay both hands over. Did you secure it? There we go. Secure it right up against your stoma too. Very good. Very good. All right, now hold your hands over it just like that. Very good. Now it's important that you secure it to your body well. The adhesives on the back of the pouching systems, they're called pressure sensitive, meaning they've got to come into contact with 100% of your body for it to stick well. They've also got something called dry tack. That means it sticks really, really good to dry skin, but it doesn't stick to wet skin. So you want to make sure that your skin is nice and dry up underneath it. You also want to make sure that you don't have any open areas. The equivalent of a raw area is like wet skin, and it doesn't want to stick to it. Like I said, it's got dry tack. You know how when you chew your gum doesn't stick to your teeth because your teeth are wet. But if your gum was on the floor, you could step on it and yeah, your shoe would stick to it. That's because gum has dry tack. And that's the same adhesive that's on the back of the skin barrier right here. All right, that's probably enough time. So go ahead and, okay. Now what I did notice is that when we were adhering this to your body, we squeezed all the air out of it. And we were able to do that because you've got a filter that's going around that pouching system. This happens to be the pre-filter, this big like circle sponge here. That's the pre-filter, and the top is the filter. That's going to allow gas and air to escape. Now the good thing about it is it's going to prevent ballooning that can happen by your gas getting in there and it just blowing up like a balloon. The filter is going to help you prevent that. But one of the negative things about a filter is when you're securing it like you did, we're squeezing all the air out of it. And when we squeeze the air out of it, we have the potential to create a vacuum in there. And if there's a vacuum in there, we are very likely to have pancaking. Pancaking was what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about stool being able to build up on the back of it. It happens because we've created a vacuum in the pouch. And your intra-abdominal pressure is not able to overcome that vacuum and get the stool to come out of your body and be able to go into the pouch. It's like there's an invisible door right here. So to prevent the vacuum from happening or to help the body overcome that vacuum, what we want to do is make sure that we have a little bit of air in your pouch. So if you would go ahead and undo the bottom of your pouch. And what I usually do to get some air in there is I just fan a little bit of air into the pouch. You can fan a little bit of air in the pouch. Some people just puff a little bit of air into the pouch. I even have had people take a syringe full of air and shoot some air into the pouch. There you go. Another thing that you can do is not close it up until the very end. But if you have an ileostomy, you do risk some leakage coming out during that process. Okay, go ahead and roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Very good. And there's one more step with this type of pouch right here, and that is at the very end you can roll it up and put the Velcro underneath that front coating of plastic. There you go. Make one more turn up underneath there. Just kind of tuck it away up underneath there. What that's going to do is keep that piece of Velcro up a little bit higher. It can keep it from snagging on maybe silk underwear. Sometimes it gets it up a little bit higher so it's not in the crook of your leg. And some people just find that it's more comfortable to have it tucked away. And although this is one specific brand that we're using, most of your manufacturers have a way to tuck away their Velcro closure or any clamp that's on the bottom of it. Now this is a Velcro closure that we're using, but some of them have clamp closures. And with the clamp closures, you want to make sure that you don't throw your clamps away. You can wash and reuse the clamps. You can wash them with soapy water. You can use a bleach water on there, but they're reusable for sometimes months. But this has a Velcro closure, so that's one of your newer technologies. Let's see. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Jones?
How am I going to heat the bag up and hold my hand over the stoma?
Well, Mr. Jones, luckily you've got a colostomy and your output isn't constant.
Okay.
If it was constant and you only had one hand to work with, which you could have with an ileostomy, you could take the back of your pouch, kind of fold it like this, and stick it into your waistband, maybe in the front or in the back, anywhere that the part that is going to be stuck to your skin, as long as it's near your body, it's going to be, or next to your body heat's going to be warming it up.
Okay.
Now, as far as any resources that are out there, the United Ostomy Associations of America has a website. So after you leave the facility and home health has exited your house, you always have resources here in the United States through the United Ostomy Associations of America. And we'd like to invite you to our local support group too.
Thank you.
So I'll give you some information on that. I will give you some other contact information as well as where you can reach out if you've got any questions in the immediate period. And have you got any more questions?
Nope, I think I'm covered.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jones. You have a good day and good luck with that colostomy.
Thank you.